I am Parikshit and welcome to another very exciting class on Unacademy CAT-alyst. In today's class, we are going to talk about another set of most important and most frequently occurring questions in past year SNAP papers and questions which are must solve if we are writing the SNAP in the next few days. So let's get started with SNAP Masterclass episode 8. So this is me, Parikshit Saikia, your educator on Unacademy with the highest live class ratings. Thanks to my learners. New batches are starting on Unacademy in the next few days. 8th and the 10th of December, new batches have started. And if you have not enrolled on Plus yet, you are missing out on these batches. And remember, to get access to these batches, you got to enroll with Unacademy Plus. And if you need discounts, use the code which is there on your screen, Parikshit Live. You will get maximum discounts and also you will get free mentorship from my side. Yeah, you heard it correct. Free mentorship from my side till your CAT examination. Let's get started with today's session. Let's pull up the questions on the screen. Okay, the first set of questions are on your screen. In a 100-meter race, if A gives B a start of 20 meters, then A wins the race by 5 seconds. Alternately, if A gives B a start of 40 meter, the race ends in a dead hit. How long does A take to run 200 meters? A peculiar, typical question which comes in the snap, right? Races. This is from time and distance. Okay, let's get started. Question number 1. So it's a 100-meter race. So let's try to draw this. This is a 100-meter race. So what happens in a 100-meter race? A gives B a start of 20 meters. What is the meaning of A gives B a start of 20 meters? It means B is 20 meters ahead at the start. B is 20 meters ahead at the start. 20 meters. So this distance is basically 20. If this is the case, A wins by 5 seconds. A wins by 5 seconds. By 5 seconds. Correct? Next scenario. Alternatively, if A gives B a start of 40 meters, okay, let's draw the diagram again. This time, A gives B a start of 40 meters. So, B is out here. This distance is basically 40 meters. Correct? Then what happens? The race ends in a dead hit. What is the meaning of dead hit? Dead hit means both of them reach the finishing point exactly at the same time. Both of them reach the finishing point exactly at the same time. Okay. I have drawn two diagrams. Let's try to frame equations based on these diagrams. Okay. Let's take the first one, first diagram. Let's probably try to frame an equation in terms of time. So can I say, what is time? Time directly is not given to you. But can I say time is distance divided by speed? Distance divided by speed. So what is the distance? The distance that A runs is 100. Okay. Speed of A not directly given. Let's call it SA. Speed of A. So time distance divided by the speed is the time taken by A. What is the time taken by B? Distance covered by B. Remember, B is 20 meters ahead initially. So B doesn't have to run the entire 100 meters. B only need to run 100 minus 20, 80 meters. 100 minus 20, 80 meters. And let's call the speed of B SB. Correct? What happens? A wins by 5 seconds. A wins by 5 seconds. If you want to take an example, let's take an example. Can we say if A takes 10 seconds to win the race, B is probably taking 15 seconds to run the race. So can I say if I have to equate both of them, I will say on the left hand side, whatever time I'm getting, plus 5 more seconds should be equal to the right hand side. Why? As an example, I already gave you. If A is taking 10 seconds, B is taking 15 seconds. So on the left hand side, if you do plus 5, the equation will balance. The equation will balance. So let's call it equation number 1. Let's call it equation number 1. Correct? What about the second equation? Same logic. Time. So again, what is the time taken by A? 100 divided by the speed of A. And because it ends in the dead hit, what is the time taken by B? Remember, B doesn't run the entire 100 meters. B runs 100 minus 40, basically 60 meters. 100 minus 40, basically 60 meters. So 60 divided by speed of B. Time is a dead hit. Dead hit means both of them take equal time. So can I just equate both of them? So let's call it equation 2. Let's call it equation 2. Correct? Yes, two equations, two unknown. What else do you need? So I think I can easily solve this by putting 2 in 1. By putting 2 in 1. Put 2 in 1. If you put 2 in 1, what would happen? 100 by SA in equation 1 can now be replaced by 60 by SB. So 60 by SB plus 5 is equal to 80 by SB. Correct? Or I'm writing it here on the top side. So 5 is equal to 80 minus 60, 20 divided by speed of B, or implies speed of B is equal to 4. Is equal to 4 meters per second. What is the speed of A in that case? Substitute B, you will get A. Substitute B, you will get A. Probably you can substitute in equation 2. So how much you are getting A? 60 by 4 is 15. Is 15. So 100 by 15. 100 by 15 meters per second. So 20 by 3 meters per second. Question is not about speed of A. Question is how long does A take to run the race? To run the race of 200 meters. So remember, to run the race of 100 meters, how much time does A take? How much time does A take to run the race of 100 meters? 100 by SA. You already got SA. S is 20. This 3 will go up. So basically, it takes 15 seconds. 15 seconds for a 100-meter race. Now, question is asking 200 meters. So obviously, it will take double the time. Double the time would mean 30 seconds. Double the time would mean 30 seconds, and that's your answer. And that's your answer. Got it? A pretty simple one. A pretty simple one. Just two equations. Solve it, and all the marks in the snap for this particular question are yours. Got it? Fine. I think question number 1, you got it. Question number 2. Any doubt in question number 1? If you're viewing it live, you can ask me your doubts. Okay, let's look at question number 2. Let's look at question number 2. Number 2. A rectangular path 60 meters long and 40 meters wide has two concrete crossroads running in the middle of the path. Okay, let's draw a rectangular path. So this is a rectangular path. Okay, this is a rectangular path 60 meters long and 40 meters wide, has two concrete crossroads running in the middle of the park. And rest of the park has been used as a lawn. Fine, concrete crossroads running in the middle. Crossroads, so they cross each other. So something like this, something like this. Correct? Perfect. If the area of the lawn is 2109, then what is the width of the road? What is the width of the road? Okay. So can I say area of the lawn, okay, is nothing but area of the rectangular part minus the road, minus the area of the road, minus the area of the road. What is the area of the lawn? 2109. 2109. What is the area of the park? Area of the park is 60 into 40, right? Rectangular park 60 meters long and 40 meters wide. So this is 60. And let's say this side is 40. This side is 40. Correct? So I hope you realize that. What is the lawn? Where is the lawn? Where is the lawn? Let's call the shaded region the lawn. Let's call the shaded region the lawn. Let's call the shaded region the lawn, right? So what is the area of the lawn? Area of the lawn is the area of the entire rectangle, right? Area of the entire rectangular park minus the area of the road. So area of the lawn is 2109, right? What is the area of the lawn? Area of the park, which is the rectangle. So 60 into 40. 60 into 40, right? Area of the rectangular park minus the area of the road. What is the area of the road? Let's call it, let's say this is D. Let's call it this is D, right? What is the area of the road? Can I say area of the road? If you are able to visualize, let's shade it. Let's shade it. Can I say initially is this rectangle, right? What is this rectangle? D into 40. Will you agree? Horizontal, it's D. vertically it's 40, horizontal it's day, vertically it's 40. So can I say it is D into 40 initially? So D into 40. That's the first one. Plus, plus, plus. Now look at horizontally. Now look at horizontally. Horizontally, if you look at this, horizontally, if you look at this area, what is this area? Again, the same thing. It is D into 60. D into 60. Will you agree? D into 60. D into 60. D into 60. So let's write it down. D into 60. Correct? Now the problem is, now where is the problem? I'm just rubbing this. Where is the problem? The problem is one specific portion you have counted twice. One specific portion you have counted twice. Which portion? This portion which I have highlighted, you have counted two times. Initially, you counted in D into 40. So when you were counting this part, you counted the middle part. This. Similarly, when you were counting this entire thing, you again counted the middle part. So the middle part has been counted twice. So the middle part has been counted twice, hence it got to be subtracted one time, right? Because you have added it two times. So what is the area of the highlighted middle square? Small square in the middle, D square. Just got to remove that, right? So let's write down 2109 is 2400 minus 100D plus D square plus D square. So I think you can easily solve this. So D square, minus 100D plus 291 is equal to 0. Get the value of D. What is the width of the road? Get the value of D. D is equal to, you can solve this equation. I'll leave that for you. D is equal to 3 meters. D is equal to 3 meters. I will leave the calculations for you. You can get two values. Negative value, obviously, you cannot take. So D will be equal to 3 meters. That's it. Got it? Any doubt in this? A beautiful question in the snap where students are prone to make mistakes because you will ignore that small d which you have counted twice in the center. You got to remove it one time. Very, very, very important. Clear? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? Fine. Let's go to number 3. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 on your screen. A box says 2 white, 3 blue, 4 red, 5 green, and 6 yellow marbles. So let's write down 2 white, 3 blue, 4 red, 5 green, and 6 yellow marbles. Ravi picks marbles from this box without looking inside. If two marbles are picked without replacement from the box, very important, without replacement, what does it mean? You pick up the first marble, you don't keep it back. You don't keep it back. And then you're picking up the next one. Correct? So let's check this. Then one of them is blue and one of them is red. So what is the probability? You can have a blue and a red or a red and a blue. Remember, the order is not defined. So first blue, second red, or second red, first blue. For first red, second blue. That's also possible. Let's start. Probability of picking up a blue marble. Remember, total marbles is 9, 14, 20. Total marbles, if you count 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, 20. Total marbles is 20. You need to pick a blue one. How many blue are there? 3. So 3 by 20. And remember, without replacement. So you're not keeping the marbles back. So the first marble which you pick up, you did not keep it back. Hence, the total number of marbles now is 19. Total number of marbles now is 19. How many red are there? How many red are there? 4. Remember, the first one was a blue one. First one was a blue one. So the count of blue decreased by 1. And hence the total marble also has decreased by 1. It is 19. But number of red continues to remain 4 only. Or red and blue. So same logic. How many total marbles? 20. How many red are there? 4 red. 4 red. And now blue. How many blue? Remember, without replacement. So you're not keeping it back. Hence, the total number of marbles has decreased by 1. It is 19. And number of blue marbles is 3. Correct? So how much is this? 12 by 380 plus 12 by 380. So basically, 24 by 380. 24 by 380. So you do the maths. 4 6 are, 4 9s are, 95s are. So 6 by 95 is your answer. 6 by 95 is your answer. None of these. None of these. That's you. Got it? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? I hope you are getting it. 6 by 95. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Let's look at the next one. Number 4 on your screen. Number 4 on your screen. In how many ways can a boy invite at most 6 of his 7 friends to a party? At most 6. What is the meaning of at most, by the way? At most means maximum. At most means maximum. So can I say maximum 6 out of the 7 friends? 6 out of 7 friends you need to invite. You need to invite. Okay. So let's consider all the 7 friends only. Let's consider all the 7 friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's start. First friend. Remember, question is how many ways can you invite? 6 out of the maximum 6 out of the 7 friends. So you might choose to invite 1 friend or 2 friends or 3 friends or 4 friends or 5 friends or maximum 6 friends. Correct? So let's look at the first one. First friend. What options do you have? 2 options. You either invite or you don't invite. 2 options. And the second friend, again 2 options. Invite or don't invite. And the third friend, again 2 options. Invite or don't invite. So like this, for all the 7 friends, you have got 2 options. So 2 into 2 into 2, 7 times. So what is it? 2 to the power 7. But remember, the question clearly told you one thing. Maximum 6 friends. So you don't have to count that instance where you are inviting all friends. As an example, let's say you invited the first friend, you invited the second friend, you invited the third friend, dot, 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 you invited all the friends. You invited, in fact, the last friend as well. So what is that instance? That is the instance when you invited everyone to the party. You don't got to count that. You don't have to count that because they say maximum 6 out of the 7. So you got to remove one case. So how much is it? 127, and that's it. 127. Someone must be thinking, how 127? Remember, so many possibilities. You invite the first and the second, or you invite first and the third, or invite 2, 3, 7, friend number 2, 3, and 7, or invite 6, 4, 9, probably, let's say roll number 1, roll number 5, roll number 6, roll number 7, or you might invite only one friend, or you might invite, let's say, 0 friends. There are so many possibilities. But this is the easiest way of solving it. Consider all the 7 friends, do minus 1 at the end. Why? Because then minus 1 would indicate you're removing that instance wherein you invited all the 7 friends to the party. You're going to remove that. Correct? So answer is 127. Answer is 127 for the next one. For the next one. For number 4. Next. Number 5. Next. Number 5. A trader goes to the market and sells some quantity of wheat. If he sells 1/3 of the wheat at a profit of 20%, then find the profit percentage he needs to make on the remaining quantity of wheat if he intends to make an overall profit of 25%. Okay. So let's say cost price of 1 gram of wheat, let it be 1 rupee. Cost price of 1 gram of weight, let it be 1 rupee. I'm just assuming a number. You can assume any number you want. You will get the same answer. If you are selling 1/3 of the weight, so basically I need the total quantity to be a multiple of 3 so that calculations become easy. I want the total quantity to be a multiple of 3 so that the calculations will become easy. Nothing else. You can assume any quantity. I will say let the total quantity be 300 grams so that the calculations are easy. So 1 gram 1 rupee. So can I say 300 grams 300 rupees? 1 gram 1 rupee. So can I say 300 grams 300 rupees? I'm just writing this rupees properly. 300 grams 300. Can you assume some other number? Some other quantity? Absolutely. Correct? Now they are saying he sells 1/3 of the weight. 1/3. So if you're selling 1/3 of the weight, basically it means you are selling 100 grams. You are selling 100 grams. Remember, total I've assumed to be 300. So 100 grams you are selling at 20% profit. 20% profit means, remember, 100 grams should have cost 100 rupees. 100 grams should have cost 100 rupees because I assume the total cost price 1 gram 1 rupee. That's an assumption. So 100 grams should have been 100 rupees cost price, but you are making 20% profit, meaning 100 grams is costing you 120 rupees. Then they are saying find the profit percentage he needs to make on the remaining quantity of wheat if he intends to make overall 25%. So overall 25% means selling price of 300 grams should be how much? Overall 25% profit. 25%. So on 100 rupees, so how much is 25% of 300? 75. 25% of 300 is 75. So if you need 75 rupees profit, can I say total selling price should be 375? Why 375? Remember, I made an assumption. Cost price of 1 gram is 1 rupee. So 300 grams, 300 rupees should have been the cost price. You are making 25% profit. So 25% of 300 is 75. So basically you are selling at 75 rupees more. Correct? So you got this. You got this. This is not the question. Question is asking you how much profit should you make on the remaining quantity. So on 100 grams, you have sold for 120 rupees. So the remaining 200 grams, how much should you sell it for? Remember, total should be 375. Total should be 375. So the remaining 200 grams, you must have sold for 255 rupees. How? 375 minus 120. 375 minus 120 is 255. So remaining 200 grams you should have sold for 255 rupees. So what is the profit percentage? Profit percentage is nothing but selling price of 200 grams minus the cost price of 200 grams divided by the cost price of 200, and you will get the answer. Selling price of 200 grams is 255. Cost price of 200 grams should have been 200, right? Divided by 200. So 55 by 200 is how much? 27.5%. 55 by 200 is 27.5%, and that's your answer. And that's your answer. 55 by 200 is 27.5%, and that's your answer. Any doubt in this? Answer is none of these. Answer is none of these. Got it? Clear? Fine. See, these are peculiar cat snap questions. Sorry, it's peculiar snap questions. Questions which have come in past year snap papers, and this is the level that you got to be comfortable with if you want to score high and clear the cutoffs for, let's say, Symbiosis Pune, SIBM Pune. Correct? Okay. Let's look at number 6. Let's look at number 6 on our screen. Number 6 on our screen. Fine. Please, let's do it together. In a garden, 30% of the flowers are roses, while the remaining are carnations. Okay, carnations is another color, another flower. 40% of roses and 60% of carnations are red in color, while the remaining flowers are yellow in color. What is the probability that the red flower picked at random will be a rose? So let's assume that the total flowers, let it be 100. Any number you want to assume, you can assume. I am assuming it to be 100. So if you are assuming it to be 100, can I say if 30% are roses, so 30% of 100 is 30. Remaining are carnations. Carnations would mean how much? Carnations, right? So how much are carnations? Remaining. So if 30 are roses, remaining 70 must be carnations. 40% of roses are red in color. So roses which are red in color. Red. 40%. So 40% of 30 is 12. 12 roses are red in color. While the remaining, and 60% of carnations are red in color. 60%. So 60% of 70. 60% of 70 is 42. And the remaining are yellow in color. What is the probability that the red flower picked at random will be a rose? Red flower picked at random will be a rose, right? So basically, what do we need? Question is red flower you picked up at random. So basically, the denominator is red flower. What is the numerator? It has to be a rose. Red flower you have picked up, and it has to be a rose. So obviously, if you have picked up red flowers, among the red flowers, how many of them are red roses? That's the question. So how many are red roses? 12 of them are red roses. How many are red flowers? Total flowers, red flowers is 12 plus 42. 12 plus 42 is 54. Is 54. So 6 twos are 6 nines are. Answer is again 2 by 9, 2 by 9. So none of these, none of these. Did you follow this? Did you follow this? 2 by 9 is your answer. So a pretty decent sum, easy sum. Remember, SNAP, last year SNAP, the cutoffs, okay, out of 60 questions, people ended up solving around 45 of them. People ended up solving around 45 of them. 60 minutes, 60 questions, and the cutoff was as high as 40 to 45 questions. So you got to be solving more questions, right? You got to be solving more questions with the right method, because speed is very, very, very important in the SNAP. So if you got to clear the cutoffs, you got to solve every sum. Try to solve every sum in around a minute. I would say not less than a minute, but probably within 60 to 70 seconds, you try solving a sum so that you'll be able to score high and clear the cutoffs for your SNAP examinations. Okay. Okay. Now, for those of you who are interested in attending a free class, I am just taking a free class today at 8:30 p.m. Free class today, tonight at 8:30 p.m. The topic is time and work basics. Time and work basics. So if you are preparing for the SNAP and time and work is something you are not very clear about, you got to join me live. Or if you are a CAT 2022 aspirant, time and work is one chapter which I can make it really, really, really easy for you with some amazing techniques. So 8:30 p.m. tonight, time and work, and I think you'll see time and work like the way you've never done it before. So do join me live. It's a free class tonight at 8:30 p.m. You can go to the Unacademy app and look for my name, Parikshit Saikia. You'll be able to see this class at 8:30 p.m. And a few announcements. The few announcements are the plus sessions, right? The plus courses, the prices are there on your screen. If you need further discounts on these prices, do use my code Parikshit Live, because it will get you maximum discounts on the subscription price. And also for the iconic subscription, if you wish to go for it and you need discounts, remember my code Parikshit Live for discounts and free mentorship. Yeah, you heard it correct. Free mentorship is also available on my code Parikshit Live. And yeah, you can take your examination preparation to the next level using Unacademy's iconic and plus subscriptions. The ZAT evaluation is happening. Free mocks are scheduled every Sunday. So do register, because it will help you know where you stand in the competition today. And anytime you have doubts, make use of the Ask a Doubt feature on Unacademy. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I'm going to see you in my next session. Till then, goodbye and stay safe. Bye for now.